Greetings, folks. What I'm trying to do here is show you the number of accumulated acres burned in the Steep Valley fire, and then relate that to the weather conditions for each day. We have 7 days worth of data because the fire started on Monday when temperatures were in the 60s. The biggest climb in the number of acres burned occurred during the week. Check it out. Temperatures warmed into the 70s. We had peak gusts 14 to 22 miles an hour. Relative humidity between 35 and 65%. So very low relative humidity below 30% wasn't a factor in this fire spreading. It was the warm temperatures and the high wind gusts. We had some rain on Friday, half an inch across the region. And notice how the number of acres burned has actually remained a little bit steady through time over the weekend. That's because temperatures cooled and the winds decreased a bit. So the common theme here is that a fire will continue to spread exponentially if you have warm temperatures and a breezy wind. You don't necessarily need red flag warning or fire weather watch criteria. The criteria the Weather Service uses to issue a fire weather watch or red flag warning is pretty specific. The surface relative humidity has to be less than 30%. A constant wind of 20 miles an hour needs to be present at the surface, and 10-hour fuel moisture, which is basically leaf litter, needs to be less than 8%. The latest stats on the Steep Valley fire: 1,946 acres have burned since Monday, November 6th. 62 firefighters are on the scene, and the fire is 50% contained. But what exactly does that number mean? It can be a little bit misleading to the public.
Yeah, containment is the amount of line that's put in around the fire perimeter. So the firefighters are out there working and digging hand line, constructing hand line around the perimeter of the fire. And so once they're confident that by that perimeter that the hand line that they created will hold and hold up against any fire that comes up against it, then they'll declare it black line and then be considered containment. And so that number will creep up slowly. In this case here, we've seen it actually go up pretty quickly in the past couple of days because of the weather. The weather was really to our advantage, and so we were able to make sure that that line was cold and that it was contained.
You know, when the fire was first discovered early in the week, and there was considerable amount of smoke, the nocturnal inversion did help spread that smoke across the area, and the air quality got into the code red across parts of our viewing area. Going forward, what is the story with how the air quality is going to be monitored?
Well, we just recently had an air resource advisor who specializes in smoke reports and the quality of the air. He just arrived on scene, and he's going to be tied to the incident for the foreseeable future. But he'll be providing smoke reports on a daily basis that will accompany our updates. And if we do get that reanimation of that fire and we do get some smoke in the air, like you said, it's probably going to linger around for a few days or longer. But we'll have the smoke report out for you guys, for everybody to read through. And this way everybody's aware of what the smoke forecast is as well.
And the latest smoke outlook for the New River Gorge National Park. Air quality is in the good range on this Sunday, expected to become moderate on Monday as fire activity will increase because we have an increase in temperatures. Dryness continues, relative humidity will be low, and we'll have an increase in wind. Of course, we will continue to follow the Steep Valley fire until it's fully contained in the New River Gorge National Park. Chief Meteorologist Chad Merrill for Newswatch.